Imagine for a second that everything you know about beauty standard is wiped off from your memory card. What would you look like? Would you see yourself as beautiful? How would you see yourself? Imagine that. When life throws lemon at you, make sure to catch it and make a delicious lemonade out of it. Making a lemonade out of lemon is perhaps easier said than done. However, it's not impossible. Imagine for a second that everything you know about beauty standard is wiped off from your memory card. What would you look like? Would you see yourself as beautiful? How would you see yourself? Imagine that. Then if you can picture that, go back to your picture when you were a teenager. When you were feeling fat, that you were not beautiful enough. Go back and look at that picture again. How do you feel about it now? The society has really embedded in us this beauty standard of what a perfect woman, especially women, should look like. What a beautiful body should look like. I know that when I was growing up, it was, lighter skin girls has the more privilege. Skinny girls, we are just like, wow, gorgeous. But then, now, imagine now, the big butt, the big boobs, everything has changed. Like, everybody want to look like XYZ person. Everybody wanted to look like Kim Kardashian, when they did the whole body thing. And all of a sudden, the reductions start happening. Ooh, now we can have the curve, but we don't want to be big. Everybody is snatching up. I do not have any problem with, surgery or anything you want to do to feel good about yourself. I do not have problem with that because maybe at some point in my life I will decide to do something. I don't know. But beauty standard, who is setting it? Who is saying that this is how beauty should look like? This is what a beautiful woman should look like. I was really thinking about this, and I've been following this particular lady for a while. I love her platform, very inspiring. She empowers women to embrace themselves and love themselves regardless. She is literally just de-influencing you from everything you've seen from a beauty standard. And she just really is raw, putting it raw out there. And then I stumbled on her keynote speaking at the She Word Unlocking Empowerment. Wow. It was just, wow. That was the word I would use, She went viral because she was showing all her cellulites, all her imperfections, really empowering and inspiring women to embrace their body, their journey, especially the mommies. Like, we have this pressure that the moment you give birth, you got to snap back, you got to snatch, the waist snatched. This is what this lady does. She shows you what a real body is like and what edited body is like. For me, it's like really, the influencing is on another level. This particular video that she posted was very hilarious, but so true. Can you imagine? Look at that. I don't know if you'll get it. I'll post it. So, I don't know if you see that. Did you see that? Did you see that? The hourglass butt, whereby it's been a lot of things happen on the set, and look at the lights, look at the glow. Even though, like I tell you, I struggled with really For some reason, my makeup was breaking throughout the whole day. I'm recording this in the nighttime, so but with the light and everything, it's like wow, But real deal, it just we just want to show our best. We want to represent our best all the time. I think that always wanting to present our perfect self is not necessarily a bad thing. But when you are portraying it from a place of knowing who you are and not being influenced by what the society beauty standard is or what they say you should look like or talk like or be like. Many years ago, when I started my talk show, Women's World Show, I remember I traveled back home and I went to a certain network to ask for collaboration. I live abroad and they were like, I have accent. Imagine from my own country, from my own place, they say I have accent, that I make my talk show with accent. I was like, if I don't have accent, what should I have? Losing my identity just because I've moved abroad, or trying to fit into what abroad living girls should be like, speak like, talk like if I'm not doing blah blah blah, you don't feel that I am living abroad or I have kind of being out of Nigeria. It doesn't make sense. It's all this thing about society status quo of how you should be on XYZ level, how you should talk, how you should look. If you have to be this, you have to talk like that. If you have to look like that. Who set all this standard? There's this particular lady that said she only wears swimsuits since like for years now because she feels like she's no longer in the body to wear a bikini. Who says bikini is only for flat stomach people? Who said that bikini is only set for a certain body type? There are a lot of factors to eating disorder, but according to National Institute of Health, the eating disorder, especially anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa, have been classically described to occur in young female. You see some young girls, everybody's trying to be slim and flat stomach and all of that. Again, I'm not saying you should let loose, but just identifying that being that you are. We are focused on the wrong thing. So you find out that a lot of young people are struggling with the societal status quo of, am I beautiful enough? Am I looking like, how the society expects a beautiful woman especially to look like? I have come across a girl who is only 20 something years and she's done all the surgery that there is to do. Again, I do not have anything against any decision an adult decide to do on our own body. However, there are some things that are questionable. Why are you doing it? Why do you feel the need to have your butt enlarged? Why do you feel the need to enlarge your boobs? You are an adult, you can make those decisions, but the purpose behind it is what really matters. Is it because you want to look like XYZ person, like a celebrity or a person you look up to online, somebody that don't even know that you exist? Is it because you want to meet up to a certain man expectation of beauty standard? These are the things that you need to ask yourself. Why am I doing this? Am I doing it for me? If you eventually do it and you look at yourself in the mirror and you feel completely fulfilled, that's okay. This particular young girl that I'm telling you about, she's done like several surgeries. Immediately she's finishing this one, another need for the next one arises, and another one arises, and she's done several. She's only 24 years old. So I was like, when are you going to stop anyways? When are you gonna stop? There's always something to fix, for Christ's sake. Like, we're always looking like, ooh. A lady in the audience where Danae was giving a keynote speech asked the question, how do you motivate yourself on the days where you don't feel your best? Those days where you don't really feel like, wow, you are it, where your body is not giving you what it's supposed to give. And I love the response to that question because she was like, she also has one of those days. However, she would say, you know what? We will come back later. I don't want to look at this body now. I'll move on to something else. And you come back when you feel more into it. And it's being intentional. Look at what is happening in the world today, like the fast growth of AI and what can be done with AI. You see that, like, you are editing and you see a woman will look like this one is just falling from the sky. Like, this one is not a being. Where did this one come from? Where is this beauty? Some of these beauty standards that you worship online, they are AI made. Somebody has sat down behind their computer and really created this person with over millions of followers. Do you get that? That some of these influencers that you see online are already AI used, that they are not even beings that are existing. So it's like, wow. You see, some young girls will look at these girls and like, oh, I wish I could be like her. No, because this person is not even existing. This person is an influencer, but is not a human being. So can you imagine that? Can you imagine the level where we are going into? So again, there are so many positive things online, but how you consume it is what matters. And this is where being intentional is, comes in play. What you consume. Instagram is very good because you can actually modify what you see. I've said it countless times. Like, if something really makes you feel, or someone's post, or someone's platform, even my account makes you feel a certain way, like this certain way, making you feel like you're not good, a woman enough, you should unfollow. Use the mute button. Don't see that person's post anymore. Why do you want to torture yourself? I learned a long time ago that you cannot worship, that I cannot idolize anything. I do not idolize anybody or anything online. I have people I admire, like Danae, for example. I like her posts. I like how honest and transparent it seems, and I love it, because it's very positive and the outcome is really, showing for itself. However, I do not worship anybody. I will not portray or bow down for anybody except God, Whoever that you look up to online, everybody has their bullshit they are dealing with. Everybody has their shit they are trying to put together. We all came into this life without manual, and a lot of us are just navigating it and figuring it out as we go. The person that you idolize, why don't you just put that energy into really finding more of who you are and what makes you comfortable? It's easier said than done. Like, I will use, for example, look at the greatest of all time, Serena Williams, a woman like the whole world really applauds and knows for her phenomenal talent, and she has been very transparent about her journey after pregnancy, after giving birth, after birthing beautiful babies. So it's not that easy to just, say every day I gotta love this body, but being intentional in loving that being, in loving this body that you're into, is what it really matters. The question now is, how can I de-influence myself? How can you de-influence yourself? And as well, how can we not influence the younger ones, the younger generations? How can they not get caught up in this whole mess? First of all, you got to start with you as a parent at home. How you talk about yourself in front of your child. Your girl child, they look, they watch you, they see, they soak it in, kids are sponge. They just soak everything that you do. So you love yourself enough, you're transferring that self-awareness to your child. They see what you do, they know how you do it, and they're actually taking notes, mental notes. How you speak to yourself, how you look at yourself and you say, girl, you are gorgeous. Have you seen you today? You are beautiful. How you eat, how you dress. Actually, to be honest, my daughter always asks me, Mommy, why do you exercise a lot? And I'm very intentional when I answer her. I say, because it actually clears my head after a long day. Again, I'm shooting this video in the nighttime, and I like to exercise these days at nighttime. I don't know why, but it's just so good for me to sleep well. So I say it just clears my head after a long day, and I love to relax with it. Even if I do it in the morning time, it's just something I love so much. And I remember when I started this journey of, health, fitness and health, really finding out who I am and what feels right for me, I started it all in the wrong way. I started it all in the wrong way. Oh my God, thinking about it now, I started dieting when I was so young. Imagine how small I was. Like this particular picture, I'm going to show you guys this picture. Look at this picture of me. Please do not laugh at me. Look at this picture of me here. I was very young, but I tell you, at this point, I was already very self-conscious. I was a teenager here, and I was very self-conscious and self-aware, really not eating so well because I didn't want to be fat. Like, it was really a big deal. I wrote a book, and I told the story, why and how I was really that mentally kind of struggling to find the balance on I was never diagnosed of eating disorder, but I know I really started this journey in the wrong path. I started it all in the wrong path. I was drinking slim tea. If you're my schoolmate and you watch this, please let me know if you remember this. During those days in Queen's School, there's one of my friends that can also attest to this, because I remember I was drinking slim tea. I was very self-conscious. I was very careful on what I eat, how I eat. Really, I wasn't doing it all in the right way. I was just like, ooh, I don't want to be fat. So I was just really that self-conscious, and I knew it wasn't right for some reason. And thank God, at some point, somehow, I have this strong instinct that somehow my mind kept telling me this is not the right way to go about it. And one day, I think I met someone who actually you can start exercising and still, balance what you eat and eat everything that you like. And at that time, it was not even because of social media. It was just because I was scared, that the gene that I have, I don't get it. That's all. It was really literally just running away from my own gene of being big. And again, there's nothing about being big as long as you find the balance in your own life, what works for you. Stay healthy, stay fit, and feel sexy about it. Feel good about yourself. Hence the book, Ccktv you. And maybe I should actually sell more copies of this book. Actually, maybe I should actually make more copies of this book and sell. It's been a while, and it was really a good one. Being intentional is one way that we can de-influence ourselves and protect our children from the whole of beauty standard going on in the world today. Then the second one will be as well really affirming ourselves, really looking inward and accepting that, hey, we are beautiful the way we are. Our structure is the way it is. And if you want to change anything, by all means, but do not stand in the comparison of yourself and what someone else looks like. Make sure if you are doing any procedure, you're doing it from a place of knowing and a place of acceptance, if that makes sense, but a place of knowing and a place of acceptance. Then the third one will be to modify things that you see online, because Instagram, social media, they will ask you what kind of, do you like to see art like this? Do you like to see content like this? Things like this, please say no. Move on. If you don't want to torment yourself, move on. Don't see things like this. Things that makes, especially for kids, when you put parental control on your kids, tablet for TikTok and all of that, especially those that have phone already, make sure you modify these things that they don't get to be to be pumped with all these ads that start body shaming and only focus on how perfect a girl child should look like. So it's just so many ways that you can do this, but at the end of the day, start the work from within, you as yourself, you as a parent. And then when you are in that place of acceptance and knowing and growing and evolving, you can smoothly send it to your kids, and the message will be clear and it will be very well understood. Really a very good place to be, to just be so in tune to yourself that nothing really gets in. But again, you need to remember that human minds, the moment we see these things, they stick in, they are there. So somehow, whether it's a word that somebody have said to you, or whether it's somehow someone have said to you that you're not beautiful a woman enough, you need to reaffirm yourself. Say it over and over again that you are worthy, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and you don't have to look like Kim Kardashian or all these influencers that you follow online and you admire. You don't have to be like them. Your mental health is really very important. Focus on that. And I would really highly recommend Danae. I love her platform. I love what she represents. I love how she just shows her cellulite like baby seed, like she grabs it and shows you all the imperfections, and somehow they become very perfect, because a lot of women can resonate, can really relate to, like, wow, after giving birth, a lot happens. We all know this. Like, it's incredible what a woman body can do. After giving birth, it's like a journey of a transformation. I was really back to back after giving birth, and I snatched back. And again, my body keeps changing. When my period is about to come, is a different person. I'm bloated and this and that. We do this, we drink tea, you try to keep it down, you do what you have to do to just keep going. The week after the period, who else feels that actually? Let me know if this happens to you. Like a week before your period, the beauty is not beauty in, like, for me anyway, this is how I feel. A week before my period, like, I have this one pimple that is somehow mostly precisely there. It will just stand there. See, it will just stand there and be looking at everybody. Then some month, my body will feel like I have so much water in, during that pregnancy, towards that last month, I feel like my nose is doubled. See how big my nose is now. During that first week, sometimes, of that month, my nose get triples. I guess, like, my gosh, what's going on? But then precisely, immediately my period comes out. Hey, baby is hot. Like, the glow is glowing. I massage my face. I wash my face. It's just like, baby, what is this? Like, I feel like I could fly each time. Like, it's for me, it's like that week of my period. The week after, ooh, baby, you're on fire. Like, I'm just like, so gorgeous. So at this stage in my life, I've realized, okay, this happens this place, this happened here, and I'm accepting it. I'm at the place of acceptance. Really just like, what is it like for you? Let me know, what is it like for you when your period is about to come? Because mine is like, wow, this is a different conversation, and I'm liking every phase of it. I'm embracing what comes with it, but I'm liking it as well. Well, I'm just so happy to always share this thoughts with you here on the commentary in Ccktv. If there's any post, video, message that I sent to you, or anything that you see online and you would like me to talk about it here on the show, please use the information on the screen and send it across. And until next time, my name is Clara Chizoba Kronberg, and this is the commentary in Ccktv.